Hello everyone, this is Monica Lakoju. Welcome to the UPSC Mascot. In this session, we are going to discuss about the poverty and the social sector, which is an important topic in GS paper 3. Please take notes while watching these classes. So, let's start our session now. What is poverty? It is a condition where a person or a community lacks the financial resources and essentials for a minimum standard of living. That means the income levels from the employment is so low that the basic human needs can't be met. So on the basis of the social, economical and the political aspects, there are different ways to identify the type of poverty. In this, we will discuss about the 6 types of poverty. One is the absolute poverty, relative poverty, situational poverty, generational poverty, rural poverty and urban poverty. So let's discuss these in a brief manner. What is absolute poverty? In this, there is an involvement of the scarcity of the basic food, shelter, health, education and information, diseases and so on. So, in this absolute poverty, we can see the conditions like the malnutrition, illiteracy, disease, high infant mortality rate and low life expectancy. So, this is an extreme poverty. And what is relative poverty? So, it is a social perspective one. That means there is a difference in the income levels of rich and relative poor. That means the living standards are compared to the economic standards of the people in the society. So in other terms, this is a measure of the income inequality. It's a social perspective one. And now, what is situational poverty? So, this is a temporary type of poverty which is based on the occurrence of the events like the environmental disaster, job loss and severe health problem. And what is generational poverty? So, it is handed over to the individual or the families from one generation to the next generation. So, this type of poverty usually occurs in the families where at least 2 generations have been born into the poverty. So, from this poverty, the people can't escape. And when coming to the rural poverty, so this usually occurs in the rural areas where the population is below 50,000 members. So, here there are the less job opportunities, less access to services, less support for disabilities and quality educational opportunities. So people live mostly on the farming and other menial work available to the surroundings. And next, what is urban poverty? So this occurs in the metropolitan centers. And what are the challenges here? So limited access to health and the education and inadequate housing and services, violent and unhealthy environment because of the overcrowding and little or no social protection mechanism. So, these are the 6 types of the poverty. Various organizations have defined this poverty in their own terms. So, according to Planning Commission of India, it defines the poverty in terms of calories intake. So, according to this Planning Commission, the absolute poverty is the condition where the calorie intake is less than 2,400 kilocalories per person per day in rural areas and less than 2,100 kilocalories per person per day in urban areas. So, it is estimated that over 230 million people people are under the condition of the below poverty line, be in BPL line. And according to the World Bank, so the poverty levels means consumption if less than $1 per person per day. So various organizations have defined the poverty in their own terms. So where this poverty continues to exist? So we can see it can be attributed to the large economic dependence on the agriculture sector, subsistence, traditional and stagnity, which are not able to provide enough for the dependent population in terms of the employment opportunities, high levels of the adult illiteracy, and large number of the landless, small and marginal farmers with no income support. So, there is the absence of the employment opportunities in manufacturing sector. India is today the fastest growing economies, but we are not being able to address the large scale poverty in the country despite of the well-intended schemes. Now, the social sector. The social sector comprises of the below poverty line people, underprivileged sections, poor, backward classes, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. So both these poverty and social sector are interrelated in nature. And the government has adopted the three-pronged strategy to address the social sectors. So the first strategy is the broad targeting, the second one is the narrow targeting, and the third one is the social security. So this broad targeting, the government undertakes most ambitious programs for the overall and comprehensive development of the country. So for example, the Indira Awas Yojana, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Midday Meal Scheme, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, Total Sanitation Campaign, Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Mission, Integrated Child Development and Services, National Rural Health Mission and so on schemes. So out of all these schemes, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme is the most ambitious project at the national level and not seen anywhere in the world. So it is a major step in creating the employment opportunities and also for the poverty elevation in the country. And the second strategy is the narrow targeting strategy. So under this we can see the wage employment schemes through Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme and the self-employment schemes through the Swarna Jayanti Gramin Saharojgar Yojana in rural areas and Swarna Jayanti Shahri Rozgar Yojana in urban areas, and the food security schemes through Annapurna scheme, targeted public distribution system, and the Antyodaya Anna Yojana for senior citizens. And what is the third strategy here? So government is providing the social security through various schemes such as the Ayushman Bharat, Atal Pension Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, National Nutrition Mission, PM Kisan, and there are so many schemes has been implemented by our government. But where the schemes has not yielded the desired results. Okay, where the schemes? So there is no proper identification of the targeted beneficiaries, and the lack of awareness of these schemes among the people, and there is an absence of the monitoring mechanism to know the end result. So whether the scheme is successfully implementing and whether it is reaching the particular targeted beneficiaries or not, there is no particular monitoring mechanism for these schemes. So what we have to do? So it is better to implement these schemes through NGOs after strict screening process, and there is a need to bring a independent social audit of these schemes. And finally, the focus of the government has been on schemes so many, that they overlap with the diffuser focus and accountability at different levels. Okay, and next coming to the microfinance, it is a banking service provided to unemployed or the low income individuals or the groups who would have no other access to financial services. So it allows the people to take on the reasonable small business loans safely and in a manner that is consistent with ethical lending practices. So in India, SHA movement was started in 1992 under NABARD and with the involvement of banks. So it offers the low interest rate and 8 to 10% of the monthly repayment and the responsibility of the group and not the individuals. And next, the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. This is another scheme. It was launched by the government in 2015. It provides loans up to 10 lakhs for the non-corporates, non-farm, small or the micro enterprises. So Mudra has created 3 stages: Sishu, Kishore and Tarun to signify the stages of growth and funding needs of the beneficiary. So in this session we have discussed about what is poverty, what are the various types of poverty, and about the social sector 3-pronged strategies and microfinance and the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. In the next session, we will discuss about the JAM, the combination of the Jandan, Aadhaar and the mobile, the spreading of JAM across the Indian economy and the concept of the universal basic income. So, if you like my video, please share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.